Dior Beauty was launched as part of popular French fashion house Christian Dior and quickly won the hearts of many because of the sophistication of the brand. Instant rise to fame and popularity was kind of already promised because of the fact that it was part of an already established and iconic brand worldwide. However, that did not save them from being cancelled when the trouble rose, and they were hit with countless controversies and fell under a lot of scrutiny because they really embarrassingly crumbled to the ground. So yeah, you guessed it. Today in this video, we are going to dive deeper into the setback of Dior Beauty, see where it came from and why it happened, and also see if it could have been avoided. Before the trouble prevailed the beauty brand, Dior Beauty was launched with an emphasis on the hyper-femininity, with their first product being a perfume called Miss Dior. After that, they went on and made more luxurious cosmetics and skincare products, which all got popular among makeup lovers. Dior Beauty released several products ranging from all makeup categories for the eye, lip, skin, and skincare, with products like Dior Lip Glow, Lip Balm, Dior Backstage Contour Palette, Dior Backstage Face and Body Foundation, Dior Backstage Eye Palette, Dior Show Pump, and Volume Mascara, and last but not least, the fans' favorite, Dior Addict Lip Glow Oil, which once trended a lot on TikTok, and even Hailey Bieber said it was her favorite. However, I mentioned there came at a time that the brand stopped getting all the prizes and love, and instead that was replaced by constant side eyes and public backlash, and it all stemmed from the choices the company made. So first of all, in 2023, Dior faced intense scrutiny when they were accused of racism. While promoting their eye makeup, they uploaded on different social media platforms a picture of an Asian woman lifting her eye, and this offended Asian people so much because it was regarded as a derogatory gesture towards them, as the brand was kind of mocking them because of how their eyes are naturally created. Dior quickly noticed that people were taking the matter serious and immediately deleted the image. But the damage was deeply done already, and at this time it was not only the Asian people complaining, but the whole world, because they couldn't stand the brand pushing any kind of racism, even though it was only directed at one society. This got Asian people heavily calling for their fellows to boycott the brand, especially because this wasn't the first time that Dior had attacked the Asian culture, and they felt like the attacks would never stop. During that, they stormed social media with several comments, statements, and hashtags that were calling for the boycott of the brand. That's not all though, because last year again, Dior was exposed for misleadingly advertising their products, where they faced a class action lawsuit accusing them of lying about the sun protector factor on two of their products, which are Dior Forever Foundation and Dior Forever Skin Glow Foundation. The two products are labeled with a 24-hour protection against the sun, but according to the lawsuit, this advertisement of these products is misleading because according to studies, sun protection factor in products can only be effective for 2 hours. So the brand was being called dishonest and misleading, as the lawsuit urged that consumers were ruled into believing that what they advertised would work, hence using the products without reapplying sunscreen, and that resulted in their skin being damaged from sun exposure. Well, apart from that, the year prior to that, in 2022, Dior also came against the Chinese people, where they accused the giant brand of cultural appropriation. So during Dior's 2022 fall collection, they featured a Chinese traditional horse face skirt knockoff, and what pissed off Chinese people is the fact that the brand refused to give them proper recognition or say where they got the inspiration, and they took that as Dior stealing their culture. This was a big deal for them that the Chinese living abroad took it upon themselves to fight for their culture, where they held protests against the brand in different countries like the US, France, and Spain. So, Chinese people with over 600 posters stormed Dior stores, and the reason for the protest was to seek an answer from Dior and ask them to give them a proper recognition. But all they got from the brand was instead crickets. However, the brand did not remove the skirt from their collection. But other than that, they never addressed the matter, and one could say that they totally ignored them, despite using their culture a lot. One of the protesters said, "Chinese culture is open and inclusive. We welcome the reference of Chinese culture elements to let more people around the world know about it, but Dior has to say clearly where it is from." Sadly, that incident was also coupled with Chinese women getting moved from a Dior store, where she said that she was wearing the same horse face skirt and taking pictures of herself at the Dior store in China when a Dior worker came and told her to leave the store. Now it's ridiculous of how much they want to use their culture, but don't want to deal with its people, and even don't want to do the very least of just giving them the proper credit of being inspired by them. Also, in 2021, the brand was again head-to-head with the Chinese culture, where in their Shanghai fashion exhibition, they had displayed a photo with wrongly represented culture as if it featured a woman dressed in a Chinese traditional dress, holding a Dior bag with spooky eyelids and dark skin. This picture was actually taken by a Chinese photographer, and when the brand was blasted for offending the Chinese culture, they say that the infamous photo was not an advancement of their brand, but rather just an art project. But they ended up removing it from their gallery and online platforms and promised to respect the Chinese culture more, and said that they would abide by their rules and have all their art pieces reviewed before being made public to make sure that they do not offend them anymore. But it clearly did not happen, because they kept doing it, and it got to a point that it was no longer Chinese people bothered, but their whole customers at large, because they knew it could also happen to them. And they ended up boycotting the brand, as they did not like what they were doing, lacking originality, and failing to give proper credits to the people they take inspiration from, and sometimes even offending them. Now, it is obvious that most of their controversies were sensitive matters that could have not easily been overlooked and tolerated, and that made them shift their focus to other equally good products that they could find. Other than these major controversies, some people also complain that the brand is basically overly hyped and expensive. Even some say that their products are not that good, as some reviews have said that their eyeshadows are the worst they have ever seen, despite costing a fortune. Have you used Dior Beauty products before? If yes, how was your experience? Do you believe it's worth the hype? How about the controversies? Do you think that people were justified in boycotting the brand over them? Tell me all that, and don't forget to like and subscribe on my channel for more beauty and news updates.